The first one we're reborn is the Labyrinth of the Ancients. Okay, Labyrinth of the Ancients. So let me try to think about this one. This is the first one. This is where there's like that green pads. This is where you fight the dragon, and like purple pools come up, and you got to be on the green pads. And then there's the other boss where you get tethered, and if you're tethered, you actually fight the boss, and if you're not, you're fighting ads. This is where you fight, I think, Behemoth, and what's it called? The one who casts the boss who casts Ancient Flare. I think that's this one. The beginning part of it is very meh. It's just like burning a bunch of ads, but I don't know. It's like there's something to it that's just kind of like it's just kind of meh. It's like whatever. Actually, you know what? It's whatever. I think I'm gonna put the Labyrinth of the Ancients as tolerable. I'd say after the second boss, it's Nessu. It's just fine, you know. But the very first half, it's just tolerable, really. So we're gonna put this at tolerable. Now next, we have the Circus Tower. Circus Tower. That is no problem. What I can do this. What's in Circus Tower? Circus Tower, I think you go straight into a boss fight. What's the next fight? Is it the big armor guy? That one, at this point, that fight is literally just burn down the boss. You don't do any mechanic at all whatsoever, so it's just burn down the boss. Then I think you have another set of ads. I don't remember these off the top of my head, but... And then I think you fight the frog guy? Or whatever? Or the clown? I don't know what it is, but he turns people into frogs, and you have the cum-cums or whatever they're called. I actually still don't know the mechanics of that fight till this day. I just like kind of like pray and hope, really. The fight's also okay. Actually, it's whatever. You fight Zonde at the end, which is a okay boss fight. You have the levitating, floating things. And that's pretty much it. So, what were I put Circus Tower? I think we'll order these. I don't know. It's not that bad. This is kind of tough. I don't know if to put it under Labyrinth of the Ancients or ahead. I'm considering about putting it ahead because of the first half. I feel like the entirety of Circus Tower is just meh throughout it all. Rather than Labyrinth of the Ancients, it's like pretty bad the first part, and then it gets a better the second part of it. I don't know if it tolerates... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put it in front of it because of the twining. That's all I'm gonna say. Because this happens to twining. If not, this would go under it. But since that's a thing. Okay, so next we have the World of Darkness. World of Darkness. Where would I put World of Darkness? Let's see. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, then you have the fight where it's not a fight, but it's like a, section where you split up into the 3 groups and you have the fucking sucking monster going at you. That is fucking annoying. That's gonna give it minus points. It's really annoying, it's like, sometimes you just get sucked in because for the hell of it, and you're just like, what the fuck? It's also pretty annoying if people are not stepping on the pad so you can get up. back up to the stage or whatever. So that's gonna pretty bring it down. Then you have Cerberus after that. Cerberus, it's got some cool things in it. If you're in belly group, it's kind of a cool experience. You just get eaten up, and then you're like inside of a fucking. You're into the stomach of the monster, of the boss. And it's kind of a cool idea. I'll give it that. But other than that, if you're in the other group or the rest of the fight, it's alright. What else? I think it's easy to get killed there because he's got some quick actions to do. Especially if you're melee. There's chains, but that's usually not a problem. Unless it is. And then that's fight. That fight's okay. It's got some cool things about it. I think I'll give it that. Then, I don't know what's after that. And then you have... And then you fight, what is it? World of Darkness? What's it called? Did it tell me here? Cloud of Darkness? I think it's Cloud of Darkness. Or is it I don't know. Big Booba fight, right? Basically. I think I'll put World of Darkness in Nessu. I think it's the best of the Realm Reborn ones. I think it's got a neat aesthetic. A lot of the bosses, though, are kind of bleh. Just the first two, really. They're just like kind of mediocre, really. It doesn't help that the music that is used in them is like generic, I think. Yeah, it's like generic. It's like Dungeon or Realm Reborn boss music. Yeah. I will say it's probably still the best one, despite the sucking segment. Despite the sucking segment, which is pretty annoying, can be pretty annoying. It's still best. I think the Cerberus fight does lift it up a little bit because I think there's some cool things in there, and then the final is it's okay. Nothing super special, but I'd say World of Darkness is probably the best one of the three. That's where I'm at. And that's a Realm Reborn Dungeons. I mean, Alliance Raids. So first one we start of the tier of the three, Void Ark. Void Ark, I'm gonna put it ahead of Circus Tower in tolerable. Despite being something new and a cool aesthetic, I kind of like the idea of where it takes place. It's like this huge fucking elegant ship. It's like this purple color theme and everything, and it's like a bunch of coffins and everything. But the fights itself is like kind of that. It's whatever. It's really whatever. Let's see. You have like this whale fight that's just kind of whatever. This segment fight where you're supposed to split up into three, but it's kind of just killing stuff. I haven't done it that many times, if I'm being honest. I think I've only done it like once. The queuing up for it just never gave me it. It never gave me the queue up for it. I'm just put it at tolerable. I think that's fine. Then next we have the Weeping City of Mach. Now this one I've done multiple times. During my farming for memories, they always gave me this. Weeping City of Mach. Is it Subarashi or Nessu? Subarashi, I think. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. A lot of fights are just kind of like fine. The first fight is the big spider thing, which is fine. You know, you get you get flung up into the air, and then you're like a second level. Some people go down to like destroy some things, and then you just have it's just fine. It's a cool aesthetic or place. Like you change into like a swamp, and then you're like into ruins, and then you go into fucking this temple looking thing, pyramid. Then what's after that? And then stuff like that. You fight Ozma, which is cool. That's cool. I also like the aesthetic of the fight. It's got cool music, and then the part where you get sucked into the black hole, very nice music there that goes on there. The fight's cool, easy to get killed on if you don't know what's going on, but it's fine. Then you have the last fight, which is fucking Booba. Oh my god, I lost on that fight. It's fine. You get a great view if you're anything but a tank, or main tank. It's always okay. It's fine mechanics. It's kind of like, it's just fine, you know? It's just fine. It's got a cool soundtrack. It takes you through cool places, the environment and everything. I liked it. I didn't think it lasts too long either. It's fine. It's fine. And now, moving on, we have Dunescape. Okay, Dunescape. I've only done it, I literally just did this one, so I'm not entirely sure. Actually, yes, Subarashi. You fight on a big boat, it's a cool place. The first fight is actually just like whatever. It's not that hard, but I died because, you know, first time. You fight Ultima, which is a cool, and it implements the soundtrack from it. That's nice. A lot of the fights or the mechanics of it are fine. They're fine. They're actually kind of neat too. Then you fight the doll, or whatever, or the queen, which is a okay fight, nothing very special. Very nice, like, transition or switch. It's not really a transition because it's pretty much a transition. Like, the music keeps playing or whatever, and then you take up this elevator, and then you fight Diablos, and the Diablos turns into this fucking super Diablos, and then it's just kind of you have the big ass fucking moon in the back that looks very cool. It was just nice. I think it was just nice. I think I'll put it a little bit under Weeping City of Mach. I don't know yet since I've only done it once, but as of right now, it's a little bit under Weeping City of Mach. And that wraps up the Heavensward dungeons. I mean, A Realm Reborn. I mean, Alliance raids. Okay, this one. It's, I think, Nessu. I think we're gonna put it at nice. I was about to put it at Subarashi, but then I don't know. What's the first boss? The first boss is okay. It's the big guy with the big pillars, and it's like, right, and then you got big flame on one side, and on the other side, and it's just it's a cool place. It's like essentially a fucking ruined city in the middle of a desert. Then there's like red chocobos or whatever that you fight chocobos. And then this red big one comes to fuck your shit up and shit, and it's just like, oh, was that before? No, that's after. Yeah, that's... No. What's the next boss after that? No, that's definitely... That's definitely before a boss? Or is it... No, it's after. It's after, I'm pretty sure, because you go right into the boss, I think. I don't know, I can't remember. My order is like messed up. But then you have this cool waterways go way through, where you get through, and it's a very fucking cool like view and everything that you go through. It's okay. Then you have the boss that's on a chariot or whatever. That fight's fine. Then you have the last boss that is actually pretty cool. I enjoy it. It's like, I am a revelation. You shall be judged. I am the lies of which you something or I don't know, but it's cool. It's got a cool mechanic where I think where it's like you know, demon or angel, obey or not obey. Um, it has this mechanic that should be absolutely garbage and annoying, but I actually don't mind it because when you get it right or you do it well, you're like, I'm a champion, right? And it's the one where it's like, you get the little cursor on your head spinning, right? And whenever you tip forward, the cursor stops and it sends you in that direction that it stops on. It should be fucking absolutely annoying, but for me, I like it a lot because like it's just like you get it right and it's just like, yeah, that's fucking easy, dude. Um, and then there's that fight. I'm starting to think about putting it in Subarashi. Okay, you know what? I'm putting it in Subarashi. Yep. I'm putting it in Subarashi. I think the last fight really jumps it up for me. What's after that? The Redorana Lighthouse. Okay. I did this yesterday. Yeah. Hovering over leave duty. Yeah, no question. And it's not because of the math part. The entire raid, I feel, lasts for an eternity. I feel like it lasts for a fucking eon. Oh, time guy. Time guy. It's okay, fight. It's alright. You have the one you gotta go slow, and then there's faster. I think I kinda like... yeah, it's just okay. Really. It's kind of annoying if nobody gets the things. Where is it? No, that's not it. Where is it? That's not it. Hand of Time? No. Where is it? Come on, show me it. This thing, these things, where they're like, somebody, look, this could be easily fucked up if people just keep going into it, and it's like, oh, into the side where it's supposed to be the safe zone, and you're all fucked. But overall, the fight's whatever. What's next after that? Oh my god, this fucking asshole. Okay, I don't know if there's something on there that I'm missing where it states that, but I felt like it never stated that, and I always got it wrong when I was so fucking confused. It's like, right? And it's just like, am I fucking dumb? Do I not know math? Like, what the fuck? But, I figured it out that when you go into one of the spots, your number gets added. Your number gets added. So that's how it works. It's still pretty annoying, but kind of easy if I guess if you know that small little bit, it's pretty easy. What's next after that? This fight, it's okay. This fight is okay, but I don't like it because it takes an eternity. This is where I feel it takes an eternity. Does this tell you like how long you get? Yeah, look, time limit. You get 120 minutes. Now look at the timer, 54 minutes. Now this may have been back then when things are, you know, where your item level or shit, your gear is not super past the average or whatever. But my god, does this take an eternity. If this raid did not take that long, I would put it in tolerable. Around here. Actually, it's the best of the intolerable. I would put it there, but since it takes a fucking eternity, my god, does it make you want to leave the fucking theory. My god, does it make you want to leave. I think here. I think I'd put it in there, yeah. I think I'd put it there. For me, I think it really brings it up from the last fight. The last boss, I think it really brings it up for me. It's just pretty cool. That's it. That's the last one, right? Yeah. The copy factory. Where do we put it? Let's see. The first fight. It's the trash can thing. I don't know what to call it. It's pretty annoying. Very easy to die because you have this part where it's like it's dropping AoEs and then they're all moving around in a different direction and then knocks you back. That is like very eh. Then there's a second ad fight. There's an ad fight right after that's very meh. Then it takes you down. Then it takes you down to this thing where you fight. It puts you in groups. It separates you into 3 groups, and then you fight this big thing. I actually enjoy that fight. That fight's not that bad. Then where does it take you? You go down, then you fight a big tank, I think, and then someone in an airship or whatever. Actually, I think it's 9S. Then that's okay. Then you continue. Then you fight the, what is it? The Goliath? Is it called? It's called? That's a cool fight. I enjoy it. I actually enjoy it. I think it's fine. Then the last fight. That fight's good. Amazing soundtrack for the last fight. It's playing right now. It's a little bit annoying when he gets out and then you have to like, he goes like across the stage and you have to dodge it. That part's a little annoying. I would say, yeah. So I think this one is just like the Labyrinth. First half of the fight, or I would say the first boss and ads after that, it's very meh. It is very meh. But once you get to the second boss, it gets better. I'm gonna put this one at Nessu. It's nice. It's very nice. Next, we have the Puppet's Bunker. The Puppet's Bunker. This one, you start the fight with the big thing, and you're into 3 groups. I like that fight. It feels nice. That fight feels nice, in my opinion. Now, you fight this thing. This is okay. It's easy to get wrong when you have to stack and make sure it's pointing away from everybody else so everyone doesn't die. It's fine. Oh my god, this fight's fucking annoying. This fight is annoying. Okay, this is gonna bring it down a bit. This fight's annoying. There's a bunch of AoEs, you're moving around a shit ton. This thing, you have to make sure people are separate or you die. The biggest reason is this fucking thing. Then after that, you fight the Come Doll. Or Come to Be, I should say. You fight Come to Be. That one's okay. It's alright. I mean, what about it? I would put the Puppet's Bunker at tolerable. It's the best of the at tolerable. Almost close to Nessu, but there's just something about it that doesn't bring it to that tier. In my opinion. There's just something about it that just doesn't bring it up to that tier. And then we have the Tower of Paradigms Breach. It goes you straight to the boss, where you fight this big thing. I actually enjoy that fight. I think it's got cool mechanics. Then you fight the girls? The red girls? Oh, no. You fight the two things. The two sword and shield guys. That fight's okay. Annoying if they don't fucking separate the 2 bosses. But other than that, it's fine. And then you fight the red girls. That fight can be annoying. Actually, yeah, it's very meh. It's very meh, I think. Then you fight... And then you fight the fake idol, something like that. That fight's okay. There's the first half. It's okay. Then the second fight, it's a cool OST. I'll give it that. Most of that fight at the second half is okay. There's just one part that it gets annoying. Is when... Which one is it? Is when you get the white and black ring around you. It's not the first part. It's the second time it does it because it's like... You gotta fucking flip yourself making 360s all the time. And especially when you have it with the red orbs, you gotta dodge those. That can be pretty annoying. The rest of it is easy. There's the train stops and all that. It's fine. I think I'll give that one a Nessu. The worst part about that fight is the red girl's boss. I think that's the worst one. But the rest of it is pretty is alright. It's alright. I think it's alright. Okay, so if we had to put this as poggers, which one would we do? I would say the Weeping City of Monk. And is that it? The final boss for this one, actually the last two bosses of this are pretty poggers, I'm not gonna lie. Third boss may be difficult if you don't know what's going on. It can be an easy wipe, but I don't know. I just like the fights. I think we can all agree that this one is the worst one in the entire game. The Lighthouse is the worst one in the entire game, by far. It lasts for an eternity, and the math is the reason. But that's all I think, oh man, dude, like I really think about the final boss for the monastery, and it just really wants me to put it to this as poggers. Really want me. You know what? I'm gonna do it. It's poggers. It's poggers, dude. It's fucking poggers. So now I'm going to rank them as a whole. Which is the best alliance raid in the game? I'm gonna use the copy factory for Shadowbringers. I'm gonna use the monastery. I'm gonna use the monastery for Stormblood, and Wicked City of Mach for Heaven's Word, and Labyrinth of Yenshits for Remlin. Poggers, Subarashi, Nessu, tolerable. All Realm Reborn raids as a whole, tolerable. I think they're tolerable. There are some nice parts about it. But there are some very sluggish parts about it. It was their first Alliance raid, so, and it's a Realm Reborn, so, you know, what do you expect? But I think it's tolerable across the board. If it's very, I feel like it's very close as a whole, being a Nessu, but I gotta put it in a tolerable. Next, Heaven's Word. As a whole, it's poggers. I think it's poggers. There's really no horrible part about it, about the raids. There may be some few slow points in the fights, but I think there's some really good high points. And some cool things too. Some of the bosses, I feel like. It's got cool aesthetics. Ozma's in it. Diablos. So that's all neat stuff. Then next is Stormblood. Stormblood as a whole would be poggers, but my friends, it goes into Subarashi because of the fucking lighthouse. The lighthouse literally drops the entire raid down here. I was actually starting to think about it Nessu, but I think that would be a little bit too hard from just 1 out of 2, and the other 2 are pretty good in my opinion. I am about to start. I have started farming these for the memories on my relic weapon. So we'll see if my opinion changes that after I do the other 2. But I think it's Subarashi. You got 2 good ones and a fucking horrible one. And then Shadowbringers ones as a whole, it's nice. I think it's just nice. It's a lot of his fights are okay. There are some sluggish ones, but even the highest of high points are not that super crazy. They're just nice and neat, and I think it's just that as a whole. I will say some of the fights are like, I don't know if this is just because, oh, it's level 80, so you get your fleshed out rotation, and it just feels nice to press all your goddamn buttons. But some of the fights on there actually do feel nice when you're doing them. That could be just because you're at level 80 and you get to do your rotation. But I think this is where I'm at. Heaven's Word has the best alliance raids. Stormblood is almost with Heaven's Word, but just one god awful. It has one bad alliance raid. Shadowbringers raids as a whole, it's nice. And then a Realm Reborn raids, it's just, yeah, it's just horrible. It's nothing crazy. right? So that does it. I think that does it. I think that wraps it up nice and neatly. I think that wraps it up nice and neatly. For the Alliance Raid tier list.